For more than a century, there has stood a hotel so beautiful and yet so haunted that it inspired one of the most terrifying stories ever told. Welcome to the Stanley Hotel. High in the Colorado Rockies, nestled against the jagged peaks of Estes Park, sits a grand white structure with red-tiled roofs and endless porches. When it opened in 1909, the Stanley Hotel was a marvel of modern luxury, with electricity, telephones, and motor cars to carry guests uphill. A creation of inventor Freelan Oscar Stanley. He wanted a refuge for the wealthy, but also a place to heal. He himself had been battling tuberculosis and believed the crisp mountain air could restore both body and soul. But the mountains had other plans. From the very beginning, locals whispered that something about this place felt different, that the land itself had a strange energy, one that would never truly let the living rest. Let's jump ahead to the autumn of 1974. A young writer named Stephen King checked into room 217 with his wife Tabitha. The hotel was closing for the season, and they were the only guests left inside. King wandered the silent corridors that night, his footsteps echoing against the patterned carpet and brass railings. He felt watched. Later, he dreamed of his son being chased down those same halls by a ghostly figure. He woke in a sweat, lit a cigarette, and looked out across the Rockies. In that moment, the story of The Shining was born. But what King didn't know was that room 217 already had its own haunted history. Decades earlier, a chambermaid named Elizabeth Wilson entered the room to light a lantern, not realizing that a gas leak had filled the air. The explosion nearly destroyed the entire West Wing. Wilson survived barely, but her spirit, some say, never truly left. Guests who stay in room 217 report luggage neatly unpacked while they sleep, lights turning on and off, and the unmistakable scent of lilac perfume. Even Stephen King himself admitted that the room's energy was impossible to ignore. The Stanley's hauntings aren't confined to a single room. Staff hear laughter and music drifting from the empty ballroom late at night, as if invisible guests are reliving a party from a century ago. In the concert hall, the ghost of Flora Stanley is said to still play the piano her husband gifted her. Security guards find the keys pressed down by unseen hands, and when they call out, the music stops. Children are often heard running through the long corridors when no children are checked in. Rooms 401 and 428 are notorious, with guests reporting footsteps above the ceiling where there is no floor, and figures appearing in the mirrors before fading away. Over the decades, the Stanley Hotel has drawn investigators from around the world. It's been featured on Ghost Hunters, The Dead Files, and Destination Fear. Thermal cameras capture cold spots. Recorders pick up whispers answering direct questions. And motion sensors trigger in empty hallways. Even skeptics admit something strange happens here. In 2016, the hotel's owners officially embraced the legend, hosting nightly ghost tour and opening a museum dedicated to King's writing and paranormal history. They didn't need to fabricate a thing. The stories speak for themselves. Visitors describe the Stanley as alive. The air hums, the lights flicker in rhythm, and the silence feels like a presence listening back. Many who come expecting a tourist attraction leave believing they've encountered something ancient, something older than the hotel itself. Maybe the mountain keeps memories. Maybe the walls have learned to dream. Or maybe, as Stephen King once suggested, certain places are born bad. Whatever the truth, the Stanley Hotel continues to stand, a monument of beauty and terror intertwined. And when the night falls quiet, the echoes begin again. Welcome to the Real Overlook. This case file will now be sealed in the Moonlit Archives. Subscribe to unlock the next chapter before it disappears. The next haunting is already waiting.